And we're back.
And you know what? It's interesting because if anybody ever pays attention to the clothes that we're wearing during this, they're gonna know this. Only for this one episode are we wearing this particular get-ups.
You never know. Maybe I'll be smart enough to put this on next time we record. I actually pay attention to what I'm wearing beforehand.
I never do.
So pay attention to his clothes and you'll be able to tell how many times we've recorded.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll change shirts mid-recording, as you saw in a previous episode. Thank you for all the compliments, by the way. It really feels good. No, for real. I love all of you. Thank you. Thank you kindly.
But now let's get into, what is this,
Episode 41. We just watched episode 40, So episode 40, that was, everybody getting their ass handed to them by the androids, kind of began the falling action. The androids are now out. They're looking for Goku. They're doing their thing. So this is like, season 3 kind of goes in like a kind of a hill valley type thing. You reach the hill when, they're all fighting the androids. Vegeta goes Super Saiyan. Oh, crazy shit happens. And now we're kind of, cresting over that and dipping down into falling action where everything's kind of going to be middling for a little bit. There's not going to be any high action. So we actually get a lot of chances to work a lot with characters and a lot of the dialogue, which season 3 provided a lot more of than season 2. That is something that season 3 gave us a lot of.
Yeah, season 2 had so much action going on that at any time it was difficult for characters to just kind of have a conversation, which was fine. Most of the conversations were really quick, witty. As witty as we could make them.
Yeah.
But we tried to make sure that we were always moving on to the next thing. But the Android saga in particular demands a little bit more time be taken because there's so much stuff going on at any time that one thing has to happen before the next one can. So there are just times where we're stuck in holding periods where we're like, okay, I guess we'll have the characters actually interact with each other for a little.
They actually get time, which is why season 3 was probably my favorite to work on, because we actually got to have character time. It's not just, oh man, they're always under crisis. They have a little bit of breathing room to actually exist for a while.
As people.
Yeah. So, because you have the build to the androids, then you have the slow androids looking for Goku, and then, Cell's here now, but then Cell goes away because he's too weak to fight anybody right now. But then he's back, and then it kind of plateaus for a while until he becomes perfect. Then it's like, later. And then we get another valley until finally you get the climax and the finale.
Well, I'm very excited. This is one of my favorite parts. We're getting into just my favorite part of the show in general. Just my absolute favorite part. So let's do this.
Let's kick on to it.
The following is a non-profit fan-based parody.
Hello,
Dragon Ball,
Oolong.
Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT
Why
are
Oolong?
all owned by
Because
Funimation,
we
Toei
had a
Animation,
whole bunch of
TV,
secondary
and Akira
characters
Toriyama.
and
Please support the official
so many
way.
episodes to fill. I think you literally decided to do that because who else? I don't want to go out of my way to grab somebody right now.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Seriously,
dying.
can we speed this up? It's cold as tits up here.
Maybe if you stopped whining and helped me look, we'd... Oh, look, there's one. Actually, second thought, we don't have to steal the first one we see.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear you over your welching.
Also, I'm really happy because this is the point where, since we do have a lot of time for people to just be people, the androids get to be actual characters.
Oh, yeah. No, watching them talking and, bantering about...
Bickering and...
Also, one of the things that I do actually remember is that I had to fight for the term welching to be in there.
I don't think you had to fight me.
I just remember I came up with the term welching and I got pushed back.
Oh, you came up with that one. You invented it, did you?
Well, no. I came up with the idea for her to use the term welching, and I got pushback for that.
I think the only pushback you were getting on that front is I can't hear you over your welching. I've never heard welching used in that. I've heard whinging and things like that, but no, welching does work because he's
welching
taking
on his
back
bed.
on his bed.
Also, welching is a very bad word. It sounds very gross. It just sounds
like
welch.
moist,
yeah,
supple,
welching.
cusp.
Welching definitely sounds like a very gross, liquidy act during something that I can't describe without getting this video demonetized.
In another world, it probably could have been a slur. Anyway.
Whatever.
So, Jones, how's the wife and kids?
Hi, Ein.
Still dead, Chuck. Been 4 months.
Oh, I am terrible at small talk.
By the way, the other guy is Zach Holzman, also known as Timber Puppers on Twitter. He voiced Gohan in History of Trunks.
Yeah. which we'll get to in a few videos, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember when that
I think
exactly...
it's after 46.
It might be.
I think it's almost directly after Cell shows
Yeah,
up.
unlike with the Bardock special where we did it before the season, we decided to keep the History of Trunks one a little bit later down the line. And I think that was for the best.
You'll actually notice that we've been thinking about History of Trunks while we're doing this. You'll actually notice that we set up for a lot of jokes in that particular movie.
Yeah,
here.
that movie's going to be amazing to talk about, by the way. I cannot wait to get to that one.
Yes, you are. Huh?
Huh. Lucky Foods. Kind of ironic.
Young man, need you to stay out of our van.
All right, guys, we're taking the van.
I love 16.
Me too.
No, buddy, we're gonna drive it.
Oh. Sorry.
It's cool. Now you have a place to sit.
Affirmative. Shotgun.
Not quite what that means, but hey, keep trying, man.
I love how supportive he is.
I'm not going to lie to you. So I've been kind of interested in some of the different AI stuff that they've got going on in the chatbots. And so I was experimenting with a couple of different ones. And watching 16 develop I'm getting mirrors of that right now.
We're on a crazy new frontier with technology.
I also, and again, I don't know how often I'm going to keep saying this, but I love 17 and 16's relationship in our show.
No, 17's just like, look at him go. He's learning. That's so cute. Look at him go.
Yeah, he's so patient with them.
He's patient, he's supportive, and he just loves the fact that he has a giant robot friend.
Yes.
Bitchin'. Next stop, Casa de Goku.
Okay, I got to point this out too. Sorry, I keep being a poly, but
Ozzy Polly.
Gon, the voice actor for 17, did not want to say bitchin'.
Did not want to say bitchin'.
He was like, nobody says bitchin' anymore. And
I
I'm
still
like,
say bitchin'.
I still say bitchin' too, but
Do you still say bitchin'?
if you still say bitchin', tell us down in the comments.
Because that's bitchin'.
I told him 17 says bitchin', okay? It doesn't matter. 17 says bitchin'.
This character says it.
Yes.
Just like he will also say funner.
funner. Yeah, exactly.
How about no? New clothes first, Goku's casa second.
Women. Am I right, 16?
Confirmed. She is female.
She is.
Yeah.
I like the guy's just standing there. That guy just lifted our car.
Oh, yep. That is gone.
How are we getting out of here?
I can't remember when the opening's gonna switch over, but we're getting close.
I think it's when Cell shows up.
You know, I should have brought this up earlier, but we should probably move Goku before the androids get to his house.
It's been pretty non-stop here, so I'm a little out of the loop. What happened to Goku?
Oh, he didn't take his medicine. Grape flavored. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure.
Also, the comments pointed out exactly why we went with grape flavor, and we completely forgot this because we do watch the dub when we're going through.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Goku actually mentions, "Ooh, it's purple. I wonder if it's grape flavored."
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. And
Same.
yeah, that makes sense. We were specifically watching the dub when we were going through the show, because there are some times where there's some dub lines where you're like, oh, okay,
you know our love for some of the dubisms.
yeah. It's like if we miss out on any of these goofy lines that we could elaborate on, and that was one of them. That was one of the times where we're like, okay, grape flavored. Let's subvert it to he hates grapes.
Yeah, that was one of them.
Yeah, and also something to point out, because a lot of people I heard some people talking about this. Yes, in the original version, he just doesn't take his medicine because he's only supposed to take it when symptoms arise.
But we changed some things.
Yeah, because, we're making Goku...
We changed it from a space virus to
cholesterol.
To cholesterol.
Exactly. So...
Actually, I really need to go pick up Chaozu. Left him over at Kame House.
This is why it's too long.
Yeah.
Well, that is frickin' tasty. What's in this?
A little bit of sake, soy sauce, bean sprouts, pork.
I'm delicious.
How old are you?
So I'm gonna go grab him before things get weird.
Later, Tian! I can never read that guy.
Probably one of our strangest running jokes. It's like, I can never read him. Like, we just keep going with that because Tien is just this enigma.
Yeah, Tien. So yeah, one of the biggest jokes we make with Ten Shin Han is that, and this will maintain, he's one of the only dudes in the show who's just not here for the goofs.
Yeah, he's here because he wants to be a great martial artist, and he just wants to prove himself, and he wants to, be of use.
Yeah. I'm really glad. I feel like his character could have run up too close to Piccolo's, but we make him just savvy enough and enough of kind of a dick with people that he never gets to, like... Piccolo is more, how do you put it? Aloof about stuff, while Ten Shin Han is more actively antagonistic.
Yeah, Piccolo still seems like he's trying to figure out the world in some ways, whereas Tien, because Piccolo's alone in the world, Tien is alone by choice.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
And this episode actually has one of my favorite Tien lines outside of episode 48.
Oh,
so,
I'm curious.
Yeah.
Oh!
Wait, before we go in, I wanted to ask. You ever think that Android 18 is, kind of cute?
No.
All
right,
then,
Dibs,
by
by the way.
good warning. Be super nice to Goku's wife. She can be a total...
Gohan! Oh, it's you.
Fine, I pretty much asked for that one.
Ow.
Huh? Hey, guys! How it is?
I love that, how it is.
Yamcha, right? How's it, how you doing?
Oh, hanging in there.
Falero is so fucking good as Yamcha, man.
By the way, how it is, it was absolutely, that was something I used to say when I was a teenager. So I was like, I'm absolutely going to have...
We were coming up with like what's something that's like kind of cringy, like that somebody thinks and believes is a cool way to say, how's it going?
Yeah. So we did how it is with Yamcha of all people.
It works. Also, man still hasn't changed his shirt.
I mean, how could he? He hasn't gone home.
I mean, Goku's probably about the same size. He probably could have borrowed one of his.
I just love the idea that he goes up to Chi-Chi. Hey, Chi-Chi, would it be okay if I changed my clothes? Oh, no. Don't get yourself... No.
Ew.
Stay out of my husband's clothes. What, are you trying to replace him?
No. Why does your kid keep stealing my hairstyles?
Oh my god, that is my least... That is... I know...
that weird theory.
I know it's like a joke theory,
Yeah.
but every time I see it, it makes me like cringe out of my skin.
Let's be honest. They keep stealing his hairstyles because
Toriyama
has very... Like, he has create a character hairstyles.
But I'm going to say... I feel like the how's it hanging joke with Trunks is one that usually takes a lot of people. Like, every time I see a reaction to it, it's kind of a moment where that has to set in for them.
It's because we're about, like, 10 episodes removed from when we introduced the concept.
Yeah. Oh, I love Yamcha. And I love how Yamcha interacts with people this season.
Yeah.
So what happened? Did Vegeta clean up the androids?
Quick recap.
Quite. Turns out there were 3 more. Vegeta got his arms broken. They beat everyone up. Piccolo flipped out, and
I got kissed by the cute one.
The
clown? No. There's a girl now.
I don't believe you.
You know, we should probably continue this conversation after we've moved Goku.
Move Goku? But he finally stopped screaming. Okay, well, he's petering out.
We'll take him to Kame House. They'll never look for him there.
That is literally the second place they'll look.
By the way, that shot with Krillin there, totally from another scene altogether. Also, I am glad that we pointed out, like, you guys are moving Goku, and you're taking him to the place the androids might look first.
Yeah, there are 3 places they'd look. His house, Kame House, and Capsule Corp.
And after that, I guess Kami's if they knew how to get there.
Apparently 18 doesn't know what Kami's lookout is, or the lookout is, so.
Yeah, fair. Oh, yeah, you know what? She might not.
But at this point in time, isn't it still established that they don't have vehicles that can get there?
I mean, Bulma's gonna in
I know
about a
she
couple
can,
episodes
but
anyway.
But the entire thing about that whole thing in Dragon Ball was, oh yeah, no vehicle can reach this height. Have they not been to space yet?
Well, the interesting, I think it's supposed to be magic related. Like, you can only get up there if you climb the tower. Otherwise, magic keeps you from getting there. Actually, Mysterio Fusion did a really, really great breakdown on that.
What if it's the fact that, like, Kami's power is what, like, keeps airplanes, like, diverting and stuff like that? And,
you know what?
Once Kami's gone, that bubble's gone.
That is our canon. Kami died, and now people can just fly up there anytime they want.
We keep getting hit by airplanes now. It's funny.
Look, we're short on time and options. And who knows what those dastardly androids
This is a
are
great
doing.
character moment with them.
Wow, you actually pulled over.
No, this is gonna be great. Shut up.
This vehicle has been
Reported
reported
as
as
stolen.
You are under arrest.
Sir,
I don't know why he went so hard with that delivery.
Well, I have. There's a few reasons. One, they're kind of in the backwoods right now, so yeah, they're gonna have a thick country accent. And two, that just sounds amazing.
It's so over the top.
Also, we have Kai here again, who's one of my favorite secondary actors that we keep bringing in for characters.
It's true.
It's why we keep bringing him back. He just has such a great everyman sound to him.
I have checked the vehicle and I have identified another male. And
He is fucking big!
You cannot sit in the back. I called shotgun.
He has a weapon!
Cuff him!
You cannot break these cuffs.
Do we have any bigger,
stronger cuffs.
Yeah, they're in the car.
All right, I take it back. This is fun.
They just get back in the car and drive.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
where's Vegeta during all this anyway?
Oh, I'm sure he's off somewhere.
God damn it!
Coping.
Vegeta mood.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I do love her face
Oh,
when
I
she
swear
sees
I
her
am
son.
never letting you get away from me again. We're gonna get that GPS tracking chip installed in your neck by the end of the week.
little help?
Androids are coming. Gotta move your dad. Get on the ship.
Where are we going?
Kame House.
Isn't that literally the second place they'll look?
Let's let more ship! Here it comes. This is one of my favorite TN scenes. Just that vibe.
I'm here for Chaozu. We need to train.
But Tian,
The doctor said if your shoulders get any bigger, that's why we don't see him
anymore.
Wait, so you didn't beat the androids?
Well, they broke both of Vegeta's arms. So, you know, that was pretty fun. Otherwise, it was a total wash.
I can never read that guy.
Well, you heard the man. Pig,
Fetch my laptop! We're gonna buy us a submarine!
All right, but you're not allowed
To
to
name it after your junk.
Bitch, I'm buying it! I'm naming it! Setting up for Trunks.
Oh shit, are we? Is this it?
No.
Ah, damn it, I'm so eager for that. Oh.
Oh, just fuse already.
We're basically just making the joke of what the dub did for like the 5 episodes that this took.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just like, it would go back to them.
I mean, it wasn't even necessarily the dub. That's just Z
Yeah,
patting their shit out.
yeah, you know what I meant.
Yeah.
Just like the way the show is paced at this point, where every time they cut back to Kami's lookout, they're just like, how about now? No.
Maybe later.
Later.
So, both arms, huh?
Both. She was beautiful with a capital B. I mean brutal. Uncomfortably brutal. I wasn't distracted by her eyes.
So wait, Trunks? I'm curious. If you came back in time again to help us, does that mean we already failed?
Actually, turns out that's not how time travel works.
So you're saying I can't just take your time machine, go back in time, and tell myself not to date Marin?
I don't know who that is. But no, you couldn't.
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
you could, but it wouldn't be the same you. You see, when I travel back to the past, I'm technically going to a different universe.
Oh, you mean multiverse theory?
Wait, what?
So, by the way, for those of you who might be familiar who have actually played it, this is the arc where I started to kind of like run a little bit low on music that I did, like, because I didn't want to reuse too many tracks. So I actually started messing around with the Dragonball Online soundtrack. And there's a lot of that out throughout. Like there are gonna be a lot of places where if you remember that game, like here, that song that you just heard is from the Dragonball Online OST. Yeah.
Gohan's equation makes no fucking sense.
I can't do math, so I wouldn't even know.
Or like by any form of algebra, how would E over E be anything close to that? Unless you're solving for every single letter.
Yeah. With every decision, it creates a
I love
branch
this
in the
little
timeline.
animation.
Whenever
Oh
you
yeah,
travel
this
back
was
in
Moscow,
time,
by the way.
you're
Moscow
actually
made this.
entering another parallel universe.
How could you possibly?
I've been studying theoretical physics.
Although at this point, I guess it's just physics.
Good. Then if
I like
that's all
that
out
bit.
of the way, we can start your review on cellular biology.
But cells are boring!
I don't get it.
Get it? Do you get it?
So this would be an epic setup for later when he calls back to Goku and Frieza with the I'm bored. You're boring me. Which I remember at some point you said that was kind of planned.
Was like, here's the thing. I knew that whatever we were going to do with the final episode, I didn't know it was going to be 60 at the time. We were going to do, like, the final episode of this arc was going to be a bunch of callbacks to, like, previous things we did. And one of the things that came to my mind when I was reviewing the footage, when Gohan's just looking up at him and talking, is, I'm bored, you're boring me. So I'm like, okay, so this can actually play back into that. It'd be like a little hint towards that. It's not huge, but it's a little feather in my cap.
I really like, I if you can tell, we have a love for callbacks and things that are circular and that come full circle, so I'm particularly happy with that. Yeah. Also, a lot during the scene, which you may not notice, is that occasionally the background's going to look a little bit weird. This whole scene was a nightmare to edit. Every scene in a flying device.
Because you have so few shots in the ship, right?
And specifically because the background is fucking moving and does not loop. Meaning I had to come up with so there's sometimes I just had to find a new sky background, like
slowly
make it gigantic,
yourself, make it transparent.
Exactly.
If it doesn't affect your timeline, why don't you come back to ours and tell us anything in the first place?
That shot seems like a nightmare.
Besides wanting to make at least one
This
timeline
one
without the
almost
world being
was.
destroyed. My mother didn't tell me until after I'd already done it once.
And then she tried to bang you!
Oh, speak of the devil, that's her ringtone.
What is that?
What is that, Trunks? Why, that's DJ Sexadillionaire doing a rendition of Cat Loves Food in Country.
Exactly. There are multiple versions of it littered throughout this show, and I'm so happy.
So few people pick up on the various iterations of Cat Loves Food.
It's one of my favorite running jokes from the season.
But we will point there's at least one more that pops up, I think next episode.
Yes, yeah, there is. I remember.
Because DJ Sexadillionaire, I don't know if this was prompted or unprompted, but just sent us 2 full versions of a country version of Cat Loves Food. One that's kind of like slower and more downbeat, and the other one that's, this twiddling banjo and guitar version.
He really had fun with it. It's great.
It's amazing, and he is a fantastic soul and a wonderful person.
Thank you, DJ Sexadillionaire.
You are our hero.
What is what?
This music.
You mean country music?
Oh, this is country music?
Yes.
By the way, damn, I didn't pause on it. I really like making little UIs.
Yeah.
I made the UI for the phone call.
What, you don't have country in the future?
No. Shortly after I was born, it all just vanished.
Again,
Nobody
setting
knows
up for History of
exactly what
Trunks.
happened.
So someone want to get that? Kind of flying the plane.
Ah, fine. Krillin speak.
Shut up, I've got some important news.
Good or bad news?
It depends. Is Trunks there?
Is this a booty call?
Krillin!
Right behind me!
Hi, Mom.
Hey.
Awkward.
Yeah. Just let it go.
Break the tension.
Is that awkward turtle?
That was
A little bit.
shot, badass. Now put down the fridge.
I love that little back and forth they continue to have while Yajirobe's there.
Yeah, anyway, I just got the strangest call from some farmer in the countryside 50 miles out of Gingertown. Said he found one of our vehicles out there.
Wow, this is so interesting.
By the way, making sure all the details were right. It was where was it? Because if the show gives us that information, we don't need to come up with it and keep track of it ourselves.
Yeah.
Does it have anything to do with the androids we're fighting?
Shut up, and it might. I'm faxing over the picture he took.
You have a
fax machine?
What's a fax machine?
No, that one makes sense.
Just shut up and
I wish we
show
could have
it to
made more
Trunks.
jokes like that.
I love jokes about arcane technology,
No, this can't be
archaic
right.
technology.
This is my time machine.
Maybe you misplaced it.
That's impossible. I put it away in its capsule.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. Here, just let me show you.
Wait, no! Oh, no, my God! It's on top of Goku! Put it back, put it back, put it back!
Oh, good, that's back.
By the way,
That shot there was like, there was some sort of a anime pratfall happening at the time, right?
yes. That is one of the shots where I replaced the sky. A lot of people might be able to tell that by the fact that the clouds are different detail.
Yeah.
But, I am very happy with that joke, personally.
No, that's great.
I was so glad that I was able to make that happen.
And the fact that we had the footage of the ship going womp womp.
Yes. I can't remember. I mean, we obviously saw that shot, I think, before we came up with the idea of him opening up the time
Otherwise,
machine.
it would have been a nightmare to make work.
Yeah. So, yeah, that... Just the idea that Trunks isn't thinking about it. Just
Like, no, I can prove it. It's right here. No! Also, I don't know what it is, but I think yelling "No!" as Krillin is one of my favorite things.
Honestly, you do it enough in the show.
Yeah, it's a good well to go back to, because I like making that noise.
So, I've been thinking about it. What do we do after we kill Goku?
Whatever the hell we want. Who's gonna stop us?
Not Goku.
Exactly. Speaking of which, 16, what's our ETA?
We are currently 2,544.
Oh my god.
Long
Hey,
road
come
trip.
on, sis, it
Yep.
ain't so bad. Let's turn on our good old friend, the radio.
Oh, that is 10 pounds of nope in a 5-pound bag.
Right, sorry. Forgot we were out in the sticks.
You know what? I think I know the first thing we're gonna do.
So,
Oh, hey, that's the first time we did that, I think.
Yeah. Also, that shot with the car going down and over, that's edited.
Oh, really?
There isn't a full shot of it going down beyond the horizon, so I literally
You
had
started
to...
like dipping it.
Yeah,
Like
so-
cut it out and.
Yeah, I actually just moved it myself.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And yeah, also, not a lot of people get that is where they're...
Like their impetus to destroy country music.
Yeah, like, and it's something that I think we were... I don't know if we were too subtle about it. But yes, they literally just destroy all country music because
they're bored and they don't like it.
Yep.
Did we have some sort of crusade against country? Like, I'm not particularly a fan of the genre. I don't necessarily hate it either.
Honestly, if I had to be completely honest with you, it just seemed like the genre where we could probably get away with it.
Yeah.
I grew up with country music. I grew up with Garth Brooks.
My mom would play that shit all the time. I mean, that's when Garth Brooks was huge and the Dixie Chicks were like massive back in the 90s.
Oh, my dad loved the Dixie Chicks actually. Shania Twain was his favorite. Like just a lot of different country music when I was growing up. My mom even took me line dancing when I was a kid. And I won't lie, that might have given me a bit of a complex against country music.
It's possible.
Because like when it's shoved upon you as a kid and it has no relevance
I
to your
heard that
life.
fucking Earl song way too many times.
Yeah. Like it had no relevance to me. I grew up kind of hating it. So honestly, when we got here, I was like, you know what? I think I'm okay with it being the target of their ire.
And then we just went with it. Why not? Because like the entire point of them is they are just like, you know, chaotic youth. What are you going to do against them if you can't stop them? We want to destroy this genre of music. It's gone now.
Exactly. That is one of my favorite things about 17 and 18 is that they're just kind of, it's not even petty. It's just targeted. It's just like, it's very hyper-specific.
Like, what do you want to do now?
Yeah, like they're not even, it's less misanthropy and just, you know what, screw it. I'm going to do this today because I can.
Yeah, they are, like, we even bring that up later. It's like, it's not about why, it's about why not.
Yeah.
Who's going to stop us?
Which it's going to be very interesting when we talk about the characterization of 17 and 18 via, like, you know, in the nominal timeline versus in History of Trunks's, because they're kind of different.
They're very different because they didn't have the same life events that would have affected them in this timeline. They didn't have 16,
yes,
who kind of becomes their moral compass in a way, which is funny considering he is the most soulless of the three.
And that's, I won't lie, that I kind of love the narrative irony of that. That played a big part into writing for 16.
Yep.
So.
But yeah, from here, they're going to continue their hunts, and we're going to continue watching that and commentating over it next time.
On this thing
that
we are
doing.
We are doing.
Fuck, this is gonna be on the internet forever. I fucked this one up.